Okay, so now that we've got the jackass dead, we can actually probably be just fine doing the rest of this. And that was really actually kind of weird right there. Can I please cast you? Thank you. I don't know if anybody else noticed that. Let's just go ahead and drink these. Get them out of the way. We'll throw that in there for money! But yeah, Diablo's not going to be too difficult of a thing, but there was also a weird kind of like, it thought I was still holding the key whenever I wasn't holding the key. Which is, honest, can I please cast my skill? Thank you. But yeah, how's it going, Hugin? Hopefully well. We're just kind of like doing whatever we can here to deal with the swarm. And frankly, it's not too bad of a swarm unless we get just something that just wrecks our mercenary. Which is a distinct possibility, but it's fine. So we do have Mana Leech. Let's go ahead and get more traps going. Just corpse explosion the crap out of these little things, because frankly they're a little bit on the irritating side, because there's just so many of them. Yeah, Martial Arts Sin. This is still the original version, Martial Arts Sin, so it is definitely a rough go. There you go. There's some more of that nonsense. Okay. Just keep him blinded. Let the mercenary do his thing. And meditation is helping out a good deal. And we'll just keep dropping these out and let the blindness take over. I'm actually surprised it's not... Oh, I guess it must have already used the corpses or something? Because it's shooting lightning instead of doing corpse explosions. Which is a little bit odd. Because there's still a number of corpses here. Okay, it's fine. Mr. Llama will reveal the best rune word for patch 2.4. No idea. They've been revealing them on every corner of the internet, unfortunately, so it's just kind of like, whatever. I am not spending my entire day jumping between every person who has ever streamed a Blizzard Activision product in their entire life just to find the rune words. I'm sorry, it's not something that is fun to me to do that. Especially considering it's probably only going to be like unless you're a YouTuber, it's going to be just a short blurb in the middle of a stream. So it's like, why? I'm not a Diablo partner, so don't expect any reveals from me unless like one shows up and says, hey, here you go. I mean, like, wait, sure, I'd reveal it if they did, but it's not, I don't think that's a good way to reveal it. It's not a good thing. And can I give that to Mercenary from in here? No. So if I do... he's already healed. It's Macro Boy Boy tomorrow. Is Macro Boy Boy even a partner or whatever? Personally, it's just whatever. I'm not bothering with any of it. If they want to give me one, I'll reveal it, but I'm not gonna sit here going over miles of footage just to track down one or two rune words. I'd rather actually play the game. If I'm gonna be honest, I would rather just play the game. So, to each their own. It's gonna get them a lot of views, so I fully am like good for Dobrunsky and all of them. It will get them the eyes that they want to get more subs and stuff like that. So I can't begrudge them that. I do begrudge Blizzard their nonsense. It's not the first, nor is it going to be the last time they do something like that either, though. Where it's just literally we are just dumping stuff on there where it doesn't really matter. Does anyone know when 2.4 is going to release? I have a feeling we're going to see the 2.4 PTR within the next probably week or two, if I had to guess. But as far as actual release date, no idea. You need me to hit 100K? If I hit 100K, I don't think I'll hit 100K going pure Diablo content, but if I ever hit 100K, I think it'd be kind of fun to use the Dremel to kind of just like rough hatch the patron names in the plaque thing or something. Yeah, I get about 600 a month right now. So, but he does keep getting exclusives and all that other stuff, and I don't begrudge Dabrunski any of that. He's actually a fairly cool guy. So, it's not a big deal. Let's go ahead and blind things and move back. Mercenary, come back with me. Mercenary, come back with me. You dumb fuck. Please. Thank you. Can I get that? Thank you. Okay, so he's cold enchanted, so this is going to pop and probably kill the mercenary. Ah, didn't kill the mercenary. Sweet. Sometimes it hits him, sometimes it doesn't, and I'm fine with that. Personally, I think it would be bad for them to release it in conjunction with the Lost Ark release. With the high pitch, let's jump on in. Yeah. I just try to get to the point as quickly as possible. Maybe I shouldn't do that, but I know why that video is 8 minutes, by the way. The reveal video. It's because that's actually whenever you get mid rolls. And that's what I'm trying to think of how to explain it. But basically, whenever you do YouTube and you get to a certain size, or if you grow at a certain speed, you do get a person to contact. And that is one of the things they will advise you to do, is increase the length of your videos. So you can actually get the mid-rolls and stuff like that. They'll also advise you that, hey, you need to do such and such with your thumbnails and all this other kind of thing. Here's a possible thing you could do for this. It's a lot more of a... It's a different interaction. And I have not personally had this interaction because I am a small creator. I am going off of my knowledge of multiple people who do have these interactions on a personal level. They're just in different niches. So it's like, oh, cross-promotion there would be useless, because I guarantee you a person I know who makes kid-friendly content is not going to want to be linking to a Diablo 2 channel and stuff like that. But yeah, there is a formula to it. There's a growth formula. There's a lot of different stuff in regards to YouTube. I've thought about doing a channel on it, but frankly, that would involve talking head videos. As opposed, well, I guess mine are still talking head videos. They're just faceless ones, but I don't like being on camera. So it's kind of like, Let's go ahead and swap that on there. And we will hopefully get something good out of this. We did not. We got a Hell Rune. I mean, it's not the worst thing ever. It's just not good. But there is a whole... Hi, Dreadswitch, by the way. I didn't see you sneak in. The names are very small on my other monitor. And I will be actually switching up how my desk layout is over the next few days. It'll probably be switched up by Saturday, to where I will have less desktop real estate that I can see from here. But I'll have a laptop over there instead. If you guys are wondering what my laptop is, it was... Oh, geez. I think it was $50. It was $50 or $60 back in 2012? To give you an idea of how old the laptop is. So I won't be like watching the stream feed on it. I'll be watching the chat and stuff. But yeah. Let's go ahead and drop those in there. But yeah, that's my laptop. So yeah. Let's see. What does a 1316.6 Annie go for? Don't know off the top of my head. I'm not big on the trading scene. Probably not much. Because we've gotten to the point where there's enough out there that generally your big ticket items are going to be your perfects. Because people have rolled enough of them. And I do appreciate that, Christopher. Sorry for not responding faster. I'm trying to read back through the chat stuff while not dying. It's kind of one of those things. We will be starting to do... I might try Lost Ark on stream. We'll see. It comes out on, what, the 11th, I'm thinking? You'll still see hammered and light sources. I don't think we're going to see nerfs. But I do think we are going to see buffs, which means that more previously kind of like gimmick builds, like the Skeleton Magi's. Yes, Magi is plural of mage for the people who keep saying, huh, how did you read it as Magi? Magi is plural for mage. You can also say mages, but Magi rolls off my tongue a lot easier. And I love these guys right here, by the way, how they follow you. But let's go and drop out a few of those. We'll blind them. Get a few bodies going. Let the bodies hit the floor. Yes, sirree. But Firebow source, I don't know if that'll ever make a comeback. But, I mean, it could be. You could see it. If you guys are wondering, there used to actually be a proper Firebow sorceress. Oh, you're leveling your light Javazon. What are some good places to farm with her? I personally, if I was going to farm with her early, like if you're still like low level, the pits. Because you can deal with most of the lightning immunes there with your physical attacks because they're going to be relatively easy. And most of the things there are not resistant to it. You also have... I would do the pits, or if you're far enough, get the ancient tunnels. And thank you for the super chat, by the way. Cows are really good as well. But if you're low level, I'm not always guaranteed that you've actually made it through hell. Act 3, I wouldn't farm with lightning Javazons, but yeah. I get the joke there, though, because Gloams! Yay! I love Gloams. Gloams are horrible. Okay, so let's go ahead and drink a mana potion. I'm going to back off of them just for just a second, see if I have any healing potions. And then we'll just keep going forward. I do wish I actually had an exceptional or elite boot, because that would make life a lot easier. You like the look of the assassin doing a drop kick in the game? The Dragonflight? We actually have that. It's our teleport skill. It does look cool. I actually like the look of... One thing I didn't appreciate during the beta was I actually like the look of the new Thunderstorm. Whenever the lightning strikes, that's actually a fairly well done one. I imagine it being a little bit irritating if there's a lot of sorceresses with it, but... And any support is appreciated. I try not to ask for it too often, but it really does help out a ton. He was considering making a Dragonflight kicker. I wouldn't make it entirely Dragonflight, but Dragonflight into Dragon Talon is pretty common. I mean, that's how you close the gap on most of the like really bad enemies with the standard kicker, which the standard kicker usually is, the poor version is a crushing blow into just a bunch of other things with a really fast kick. The more expensive version is the Rift Sin that is somewhat popular. So yeah, the Rift Sin is pretty dang powerful. Maybe I should do a video on the popular builds. But I want to see how they handle the charges with Dragon Talon. Is going to be like my big thing on the Assassin. So it's not going to have a whole lot of overlap with the Rift Sin, but it's there. If they do it the way I think they're going to, we may actually see the martial arts assassin actually be decent. So let's see. We've got 76% chance to hit. I hate dumping this much into dexterity. What is our block? 42%. Ugh. I don't like dumping this much into dexterity, but I think we're gonna. I normally wouldn't recommend this. Yeah, the Project Diablo 2 martial arts assassin is actually really solid. The Phoenix Strike one was meta for a while, if I remember correctly. For the... was it season 1 or season 2? Where it was meta. I always forget, those guys are immune to the blind on this. No, you don't. Get against the wall. There you go. But yeah, that thing can always see me, which is a pain in the ass. Okay. So I think, honestly, we're sticking with this for, like, forever at this point. The Gnasher is, like, proving its worth, sadly. Okay, so let's go ahead, and we're going to actually go Fade in here. Just because it's going to make a little bit more sense than faster kicks. Just because we are going to be getting ripped apart by all this elemental stuff. Let's go ahead and beat the crap out of them. But yeah, Fade has double advantages for those of you wondering why Fade is a really important skill. And I think it's... people underuse it because it's... yes, the burst of speed lets you kill faster, and it's better for clearing at like super high levels, but I think a lot of people sleep on Fade whenever it comes to actually going through the game. Because it is probably one of the best survival tools whenever you are poor in the entire game. It gives you physical damage reduction, it gives you... let's go ahead and blind these guys, please, thank you. It gives you physical damage reduction, it gives you elemental resistance, it gives you all these things. It's the reason why Treachery is so sought after on mercenaries. Generally speaking, with the changes, I've found myself using Guardian Angel more on my mercenaries than I did before, because I got used to bugging them. So it's kind of like one of those. And yes, Decrepify is super annoying. Do I play on... this did not have a PlayStation 2 release. But yes, I played PlayStation 2 a lot back in the day. There you go. Blind them. Come on, Mercenary. Please do not. Mercenary, for the love of God. Mercenary, for the love of fucking God. Don't be a dumbass. Wow. Lord Almighty, is he irritating. There you go. Nope, he's gonna die. I'm having to stay up here and risk my life just so he doesn't die. There's the Oblivion Knight. And I need to keep blinding these guys because otherwise bad things will happen to me. So that mana burn from them is a pain in the bootah. Okay. And I'm trying not to use the traps a lot. I really am leaning into them a little bit too hard. First-person shooter Killzone. Yes, I actually have a few of them. But yeah, Fade is definitely one of the best in the game. So I'm going to go ahead and town portal back and get myself some more healing potions, because we're going to need it. We're getting our asses handed to us. It's part of the challenge build, so it's fine. So, oh, and for those of you wondering, if you're ever wondering when I'm going to stream, like, I'm going to start trying to do regular announcements, well, regular events on the Discord, so you can actually just track them there, and they'll have links to where I'm streaming at that given day. I completely forgot to mention that at the beginning of the stream. But yeah, Fade, super useful. Shadows are super useful while you're going through. I don't need them as much later on. Whenever I have like my endgame gear, I do still include them in builds just because they're a good like safety net for, because a lot of people who follow build guides are actually looking at them for the kind of skill setup and stuff like that rather than the item setup. So that's one reason why I include them in there, because it is something that is somewhat important if you are doing... Oh wow, that was a bad move on my part. Run away. I didn't blind them late enough. Okay, so we've got you. Let's go ahead and knock you this way. Pull them down. We want to kind of thin them out just a little bit. Yes, I know that's an irritating noise, but... Mercenary, 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 please stop. Okay, mercenary, you need to not do this. Mercenary, for the love of fucking God, stop running in there. He's like, I see enemy, I must die. Please fucking stop. But yeah, he's like running towards the exact ones that will kill him. Okay, so you are stone skin. You're not physical immune, so that's fine by me. There you go. Let's grab the healing potions because we used a few on a mercenary there. So we got the mic guide on. How is martial arts assassin feeling on the controller? Better than with mouse and keyboard for the most part. I find myself wanting to do traps more though, which is just because I think we're technically under-leveled. Oh, come on, mercenary, for the fuck's sake.
Thanks.
He is really just prone to just wanting to kamikaze here. But yeah, if it wasn't for them changing out the mercenary glitch, like removing it, I don't think I'd have it quite as irritating. Because I can stay alive like this. It's not hard to stay alive. It's just a matter of controlling the mercenary with a controller and keeping him from kamikazing is significantly harder than with mouse and keyboard. At least for me. I'm just not used to the controller anyway, though, so. So you need to die. Let's go ahead and get this going, please. Thank you. Blind. Why can I not? Fuck you, game. Fuck you. It wouldn't let me Dragonflight. It's probably because I had a cooldown still. I hate that. I don't see why Dragonflight has a freaking cooldown. It's fucking stupid, but it is what it is. I've never understood that one, but to each their own. Because it's like every useless teleport has a cooldown, whereas the real one doesn't. Okay, so we have to go revive Dumbass again. This is definitely a challenge build, so you do want to be a little bit careful if you are planning on going for it, Molly. So just keep that in mind. This is not a overpowered build. It is 100% a challenge build. Dual Ripsaw and a Whirlwind Barbarian, PvE wise anyway. I wouldn't say it's viable long term. I would say it's something that you can use to get through certain parts of the game. I wouldn't want to use it in hell. I'd want, yeah, stronger weapons. I would probably want to be going like Lawbringer or something fast. Because I'd rather have fast, weaker damage than slow, okay damage. And I'm not remembering all the stats on Ripsaw off the top of my head. So it is definitely something that is... I think I remember which one it is, but I'm like about 70% there. And yeah, see how long the cooldown is on that? That's why I wasn't able to do the thing, because I pressed the wrong button and summoned my shadow instead. That's why I wasn't able to jump towards them then. That's another thing I really don't like about the cooldowns. I do think they should be independent cooldowns, honestly. Yes, that would make the Blizzard Orb Sorceress a million times stronger and kind of broken, but there's too many other builds that it's like, Or even if they just made it like tree-specific cooldowns, that would be fine. It's just the overlapping cooldown is not a good thing. It's not a good feel. Oh no, I'm decrepified. Whatever will I do? Kick him in the face some more. Okay, so blind them. Drop out traps, because these guys are going to be dicks. You want some sword mastery build with Barb. Ripsaw has like 20... Okay, just a second. I will read that after I'm done not dying here. Because we will have a moment of peace to actually deal with that. That's an intentional cast of that. Okay. You want some sword mastery build with Barb. Ripsaw has like 20 to 40 one hand or some crap. You had 80% open wound, which is all you care about. Fast attack speed too. Yeah, it's fairly fast. If you want open wound, I would go Malice instead. Malice in a longsword even would be pretty solid on that. But that does have the downside of having life drain on it. But Ripsaw isn't bad. You'll get through normal with Ripsaw. You'll get through probably a good chunk of Nightmare with Ripsaw. The trick is it's not going to hold you into Hell difficulty. And it probably will be a struggle towards the end of Nightmare. So we blind all of them and we go find the one guy that can actually... Oh, there... Hey, Grand Vizier. That was actually really good Mind Blast by the mercenary there. Not mercenary, by the Shadow. And one nice thing about Kick is it actually doesn't use up durability of the weapon, but us building up charges does. Okay, so do we want any of that? We want the healing potions, I think. No, actually, we don't want the healing potions. If you're running cheap swords, honestly, I would, if I was going to pick a kind of like economy option for swords that's a unique, I would do Bloodletter. The unique, exceptional short sword. Yeah, you can make Malice in swords too. But for normal, you should be fine. But yeah, you only need one Malice. If you have a Malice sword, like if you say you made a Malice longsword, you could also make a Tal longsword as well to go with it. Which is just putting Tal runes into a longsword, which gives you poison damage, which gives you pretty solid just damage over time for normal, and even early Nightmare it can actually be okay.